It's a great day to be in real estate. This is Duanebeisner, sales manager and sales representative for ERA. For the quote of the day, once again from the late John Wooden, be more concerned with your character than your reputation, because your character is what you really are, while your reputation is merely what others think you are. For the joke of the day, a humble little accountant had his suspicion. One day he left the office early, and sure enough, at home, he found a strange hat and umbrella in the hallway, and sitting in the living room in the arms of another man was his wife. Wild for revenge, the husband picked up the man's umbrella, snapped it in two across his knee, and said, "There, now I hope it rains." So, for the business tip of the day, if you had made 20 prospecting calls each day for the last 90 days, what would be different about you and your business today? Think about that. And for a new little segment, I love the Darwin Awards, so this is the Darwin Award for the day. Back in March 1978 in France, the singer Claude François, whose stellar career could be compared to that of our Elvis Presley, popularized rock and roll music in France. One evening he returned to his Paris apartment from a busy touring schedule and ran a bath. While standing in the fill tub, he noticed a light bulb that wasn't straight. Tried to straighten it and was electrocuted. Au revoir, Claude. There was a reader comment on this too. How do you pronounce that? Claude or Claude? C-L-O-D. Good question. For the social commentary, first of all, I do have to say one thing about the Lakers-Celtics game last night. They both did not look like champions, okay? I'd like to have a whole reset button for the finals, actually. And I did hear what the Boston fans were saying when Kobe was making his free throws, even though the owners didn't want to say what it was, but it was pretty obvious. They were saying, "Kobe sucks, Kobe sucks." Now listen, Boston, something sucks, but it's mainly you, the fans, okay? Not to mention your accents, and also your choice in senators. I mean, John Kerry, and up until recently, a killer named Ted Kennedy? Come on, give me a break. You make California look good. Thank you for that. Now, have you or anybody you know ever been stopped by the police for a traffic violation? Have you ever thought what would happen if you picked up a 1-pound rock and threw it at the policeman? Yes, that's right, you'd be shot. So why are so many people shocked about the recent story in Mexico? Mexicans are seething over the second death of a countryman at the hands of a U.S. Border Patrol agent in the last 2 weeks. This incident was near downtown El Paso, okay? And it's threatening to escalate tensions over migrant issues. Give me a break. Tensions are already escalated, and they're not going to get any better. U.S. authorities said Tuesday a Border Patrol agent was defending himself and colleagues when he fatally shot a 15-year-old as officers came under a barrage of big stones while trying to detain illegal immigrants on the U.S. side of the Rio Grande. About 30 relatives and friends gathered late Tuesday to mourn Sergio Adrian Hernandez Hirica. Wow, 4 names. I only got 3. Whose shooting Monday evening came along the border with Texas. He died on the Mexican side of the river. Rosario Hernandez, which was his sister, said "damn them" at the wake and the family's 2-room adobe house on the outskirts of Ciudad Juarez. Comment: this sort of ties into the Darwin Awards. You know what? If there's a damn to anybody, it'd be to you and your family to contributing to delinquency and the death of your own family member. Death by stupidity means absolutely nothing, okay? What did he stand for? What did he die for? Nothing. You know what? He was involved in human trafficking. But did he deserve to die? No. Not until he picked up the large 1-pound rocks, which are lethal weapons, and threatened a U.S. police officer. Any one of us would have done the same thing that U.S. patrol officer did. Preliminary reports on the incident indicate that the U.S. officer on bicycle patrol were assaulted with rocks by an unknown number of people. And during the assault, at least one agent discharged his firearm. Okay, that agent is currently on administrative leave. The shooting happened beneath a railroad bridge linking the 2 nations. And late Tuesday night, a banner appeared on the bridge that said in English, "U.S. Border Patrol, we worry about the violence and MEX, and murders, and now you, Viva Mexico." Now, I say Viva United States, not Mexico. Keep your problems, keep your people on your side. We'll keep our economy and keep our tourist trade on our side. How about that, all right? There is a saying. You know what it's a saying? I've learned this years ago. clean up the crap in your own backyard before you start yelling at your neighbors to clean up their crap. Okay? Got it, Mexico? Mexican President Felipe Calderon said Tuesday that his government will use all resources available to protect the rights of Mexican migrants. Wow. I'm shaking my boots. All the resources of Mexico? That's scary. Remember, El Presidente, they are illegal aliens, not immigrants. Do you know how Mexico treats those illegals that come from the country south of their borders? Well, stay tuned for Monday's video because we're going to talk about exactly that. Okay, so let's go on to the next item here. Oh, in terms of stones, there's been some debate whether that's a lethal weapon or not. Have you ever read the Old Testament? David and Goliath? Huh? How'd that turn out? How about the stoning of the first deacon, Stephen? Yeah, that's deadly force, okay? And the interesting thing is that, you know how many of my kids have ever thrown rocks at a police officer? Exactly none. And therefore, they're all okay, still alive, all right? So, not to be, too callous about the whole thing, but, what are you thinking? Somebody has a gun and you're going to throw rocks? It's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. Makes no sense. Let's go on the next page there. Okay. So, enough about that. Oh, you know what? Here's one other thing I want to say, too. Records indicate the number of Mexicans killed or wounded by U.S. immigration authorities rose from 5 in 2008 to 12 in 2009 to 17 so far this year. And it's not even half over. And you know something? My opinion is, if the federal government doesn't do anything about the border being sealed between our two countries, there will be more and more deaths. Bush wouldn't do anything. Obama's not going to do anything until we have an all-out war on the borders, which it's coming to that. Real quickly for the Duane's real estate news, the NAR actually praised House passage of FHA reform bill. Okay, they applauded the passage of a recent FHA administration bill that adjusts the monthly premiums on the mortgage insurance. The bill is HR 5072. Okay, and it would basically keep it available and affordable to responsible home buyers. Allowing FHA to raise the monthly insurance premium would let FHA lower the upfront premium that places a burden on cash-strapped borrowers at closing. En route to the passage, the House also defeated an amendment that would have increased the FHA down payment from 3.5% to 5%, which would have disenfranchised more than 300,000 potential homeowners that would not have been able to buy on FHA. There was also another thing that the NAR also lauded a proposal to extend the federal tax credit. Okay. As you know, the tax credit basically ended end of April. They're trying to get an extension to closing till the end of September, and basically it's because they figure about 75,000 homeowners were actually qualified for that tax credit and would have met the deadline had it not been for their, as you know, with the transactions and the lending and everything else, sometimes things don't get done in time, so it went beyond the expiration date, and therefore they're not going to be able to close in the time that they needed to close by. So, at least the NAR is looking out for you, looking out for real estate, and trying to make things better. All that being said, thanks for listening today, and have a wonderful day. Happy trails to you, as always. Proud to be an American on this side of the border.